Right, meanwhile, 1819, and I'm joined by Scott Cartwright.
Hello.
How are you, Scott? You all right?
Not too bad. What about you?
You're settling in. You look a
Yeah,
bit terrified,
yeah.
actually. So, Scott, you have released a new song called "Take Me Home."
I've released a few new songs.
Yeah,
let's
right. Yeah,
to be honest.
You've been quite busy,
I have.
haven't you?
Funnily enough, I released one that we'll get onto later, Fun Times, about 2 weeks, 3 days ago.
Yeah, I love Fun Times.
And then today was meant to be the release day of Take Me Home.
Okay.
So
how long does it take to actually write a song?
Well, that one, funnily enough, took me about 3 hours.
Well, that in that space of time, that's quite short.
It's not too bad, but Fun Times took me a lot longer.
Yeah.
Fun Times took me about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and I'll go into that. I'll go into that later.
So, do you just have like inspiration and just write a song? Is that how it works?
What I tend to do is I tend to just play a few chords on the guitar,
Yeah.
maybe play a small melody on the piano, and then all of a sudden I find that I'm behind the computer desk and I'm making all these notes and everything, and all of a sudden it just kind of fits together slowly.
It just comes together like a jigsaw. So, what instruments do you play, Scott?
I play guitar. Well, guitar, piano, and that's really it at the moment, and vocal.
Yeah, well, that's more than
going to count.
That's more than any musician can do.
Do
you play recorder? I bet you could play recorder.
Well, I'd like to learn.
Yeah,
but no.
I suppose you've got enough to deal with. You're very multi-talented, Scott. And Take Me Home. What's the story behind this one? It's got a bit of a backstory, you're saying.
The story behind this one is meeting a woman on the street who's in danger.
Yeah.
And it was kind of love at first sight. That's the main story behind it. Now, the first verse is all about meeting the woman.
Righty-ho.
And then the second verse is all about, like, a few years later.
Right.
It doesn't mention about the fact that it's a few years later, but that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it pretty clear.
Yeah.
But yeah. When I wrote this song, I kind of just thought about a few situations I've been in where I've saw someone in trouble, tried to help out, even if it didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Like I tried.
So you're a bit of a good Samaritan then?
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Is this based on a true story, or is it just kind of something you kind of like inspired from?
I suppose in a way it is based on a true story, not my personal experience, but a friend of mine who did go through something very similar. And that's pretty much it, really.
Okay, wonderful.
It's hard to explain, but when I was writing the song, I just kind of come up with a few chords, and funnily enough, it's a 3-chord song, so it's a nice, easy song to play.
Kept it simple.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's play it, and then we'll talk up more on afterwards.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
So XLR Radio London. This is Scott Cartwright in the studio. World premiere. This is exciting.
Well, yeah,
absolutely live as well.
Ooh.
This is
okay.
On to your second song. It's called A Boat Called Love.
Yes.
And this one is rather shorter in length. 2 minutes and 54. How long did this one take to write?
This one, funnily enough, I'd written this one back in December.
Yep.
But I didn't have any music.
Righty-ho.
So the lyrics were there, but the music wasn't there. And after a while, I come up with this chord progression, and I thought, right, that sounds okay. But I don't think it was until last week that I managed to get it into production.
Right.
Officially.
Yeah. So, question for you. Do you write the music before the lyrics, or do you write the lyrics before writing the composition music?
Funnily enough, Take Me Home, like I do a bit of all of them, actually. Take Me Home, the music and the lyrics were written together as I was working.
Yeah.
This one, the lyrics were written before the music, whereas Fun Times, which we'll get on to, the music was written before the lyrics.
Very interesting how songwriters can differ like one before the other. Yeah, I suppose it what works how you feel at the time, don't it?
Yeah.
So this one's got a key change. Tell us about this.
Right. The key change came from my friend Kadeem. He came because he's done songwriting before, and he does more theatrical. And this one I wanted to have that theatrical feel, as I'd written this song for a musical that I was working on, which was an adaptation to Joe Nesbo's Dr. Proctor's Fart Powder. Which I did a review of the other week. This in the show originally, this was the Doctor talking about his love affair, Now, well, his love story kind of thing. And the story of the song is basically that he has fallen in love in Paris, and the person he's fallen in love with, her dad doesn't want her falling in love at that moment in time.
Sure.
So she calls the police on him and has him arrested for nothing.
Oh, okay.
So essentially they get separated, and that's essentially what the whole song is called, saying like, look, I want to go back to that place in Paris.
So this girl's father is not going to give her away anytime soon?
No, not until he's rich and famous, he says.
Oh, right. Interesting stuff. Paris, what a great city to fall in love, though.
Yes.
Haven't been, but I've heard good things about it.
Yes. And the boat called Love, because in the book he does mention something about a boat. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he definitely remembers something about a boat. But yeah, this song kind of came out of nowhere at first.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, let's play it and then we can chat more as
that sounds
as
like
we
a
go
good
on.
idea.
This is Scott Cartwright, XLR Radio, Boat Called Love.
My friend Kadeem told me that it needed a key change, but he didn't tell me how I should go into the key change. He just told me it needs a key change.
Yeah. So it proves how versatile you are.
Yeah, and I tried a few things out with that key change.
Yeah.
I think I tried jumping to the dominant seventh, and I thought it just takes too long.
Yeah.
It's not working. Not only that, it's interfering with the beat that it's in. So
the transition on that, I reckon that could take some doing. Although, like to the average person, that would probably think to myself, "Oh, that didn't take too long." But I've done segues and transitions before, and they're a nightmare to deal with.
That one I think took about 5 or 6 recordings,
wow.
like 5 or 6 attempts to get it right.
Hey, good old Shane Ward there. That's my goal. X Factor 2005, that was. How old were you, Scott, when that came out?
I would have been about 6 years old.
Scary.
Wow.
But you didn't know that, did you?
No.
Right. Join me in the studio, Scott Cartwright, multi-talented musical student as well, performer. That's what I was supposed to say. Scott Cartwright, multi-talented musician and performer.
There we are.
We're on to your third song now, Fun Times. Now, I like this one. It's got. I was actually listening to this, waiting for the bus the other day, and I think this is what made me get in touch with you, actually. And I like this song because it's not only did it while away the time waiting for the bus, but it's a song which about friends and family, isn't it?
Yeah.
And fun times. So
now,
appreciate what you have.
Funnily enough, very ironically. While writing the song, I did not have a fun time.
Okay, explain more.
Right, I'd written the music, and my ex-friend Sophie, she got in touch with me because it was her birthday coming up, and I thought I haven't got her anything. Like, what can I do? And then essentially a load of different memories came back, and I thought, oh. I could use this, make it into a song that rhymes with this, and essentially the music was already written, and the lyrics just kind of came at the end. Now that kind of messed with me a bit because me and her kind of had a really serious fallout. Not long after I'd written the song actually, and uploaded it to Facebook. But I thought, you know what? People have responded to the song really well. I mean, I'd performed it live a few times, and people loved it. Like they loved the song and the story about it. And
so it has a personal story for you, but it could have a meaning for someone else. Like me, when I listen to the song, I do think of good times with friends and family. I really do.
I mean, at the time, they were really good times.
Yeah.
I mean, we genuinely did go to the cinema. Like everything in the song is true.
Yeah.
Everything really did happen.
Yeah. It's funny how people look at their life. Like, I'm the next generation above you. Obviously, like I'm in.
I love having fun with you.
So fun times there. Thanks, that one, Scott Cartwright.
Yeah, that one's
lovely songs actually.
Yeah,
that's a nice song and it got a good meaning to it. Yeah.